Welcome you guys back to my next video. So what I want to talk about, guys, is having a great attitude. So if somebody has a great attitude, they're going to have a positive effect throughout life. So if you're really positive about what you're saying every single day, then you have to understand to always align yourself with what you're saying, because that way you're living your talk and that way you're doing a better job for yourself. So if you really want to make a difference in people's lives, you have to have a great attitude, and you have to really focus on what you say and why you say it, and make sure you're doing something to help yourself to really pronounce yourself much better, because that's the whole point of life, and that's the whole point of living a great life for yourself. So if you really want to do something much more spiritual with yourself, then having a great attitude is going to help you to explain that, and it's going to help you to understand much more about life, because the key differences about life every single day is learning how to talk, and it's learning how to be present and in the moment. So if you're really dealing with life in a better way, you're always looking for better ways of dealing with life, and you're looking for better ways of saying something, but you're looking at your tones and you're focusing on your tones and how you really present in the world your communication. I mean, do you understand? So if you're nice and beautiful every single day, then you have nothing to worry about, but make sure you're never worrying in the first place. And just make sure that you understand that when you're reading audiobooks, for example, all that you're really looking to do is listen to the tones of how people speak, which is part of the reading. And you must understand that 38% of the communication is tonality, so 7% is what I say, and it's what's said in life. It's 7% of the communication is what's said, and 55% of the language is the body language of the video, or the body language or the image of what you see. So if you really want to help yourself to understand much more about life, you have to learn how to talk, and you have to learn how to communicate on a daily basis. Every single day you must be always motivating yourself every single day to do better. But you must understand every single day that if you want to live life to the fullest every single day, then you have to focus on yourself, and you have to focus on helping other people to grow. So every single day it's about helping people to grow in terms of communication. So if you're really wanting to do something where you're saying something and then you're thinking about what to say in the moment, then you have to explain what you are thinking about in the moment to people, so you can express yourself, and you have to understand to deal with life in a better way all the time, so that you can so that you can actually grow. And if you really go back to the word I as you speak, you're going to find better ways of sentencing your nice and beautiful theories about life, because that's the way of life. And you must understand that if you really want to help yourself to understand how I communicate through tone of voice, and part of the nice and beautiful sequence is the image and the 7% of the communication. But the thing is that when I talk, I'm always looking to better my attitude in terms of life. So that's the whole point of life, and it's the whole point of living a great life for yourself, where you can actually help yourself to be a nice person, because nice people always get what they deserve. I mean, in a sense, so if you really want to help yourself to really get a great type of scenario in your life where you're actually helping people, I mean, you're always going to help yourself to understand much more about living in the moment, and you're going to really understand that life is about always thinking from the heart and really doing your heart's worth of knowledge every single day. So even if you really understand something about life, you really want to just express yourself in the video camera, so that you can actually help yourself to achieve a great life for yourself. So that's the whole point of actually being in the moment. So if you really want to be in the moment, guys, you have to think from the heart, and you have to really dwell upon favor. I mean, you have to have favor with yourself, and you have to really grow yourself in different ways. But every single day, try to read as much as possible, and try to always indulge in information every single day, so that you can get smarter. And the more you actually talk, the better for you. So make sure you understand to always make sure that you're documenting yourself, so you can actually grow, and so you can actually do a better way of life for yourself, because that's how you actually do something much more worthy for yourself. So every single day you're looking for a better ideal, you're looking for something to say, and you're just making sure that people understand you. And that's the whole point of having a great attitude. So if you have a great attitude, guys, you're always going to have much more better outcomes in life, and you're always going to deal with life much greater. So it's much more how your tone of voice always explains how you are, and explains how your nice and beautiful personality is. And make sure that you never get angry at anything, but make sure that you let things pass away, and just make sure that you're always moving on from your life. I mean, then you're always moving on in a better direction. I mean, yes, and because when you move on in a better direction, you're going to find different ways of saying something, and you're going to find that when you express yourself, you're going to express yourself in a nice and beautiful way, because that's how you actually talk. And you have to understand that if you really talk in a beautiful way, you're always going to get what you deserve, and you're always going to have much more to life. I mean, in a sense. So if you really, really understand something about life, you're really going to understand that leadership skills always breeds good attitudes. And if you really, really have a good attitude, you're always going to help yourself to grow. And that's the whole point of living in the moment. So if you really want to help yourself to understand something about living in the moment and being aware about what you're saying and what you're doing in the moment, then you're going to understand that time passes really quickly. So when time passes really quickly, you have to really, really be in the moment, and you have to really, really live in this moment, because that way you're going to really, really understand much more about spirituality and really, really being someone much more worthy for yourself, so you can actually remember much more about life.